Hey, it's A Nikki B on the scene, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new, please hit that subscribe button so you don't miss another beat with me. So today we're going to talk about a collection of topics that caught my eye, and when I tell you it has been a week, it has been a week. First and foremost, these spiders. These spiders. Where the heck are they coming from? We do not need floating spiders in New York City, New Jersey, or anywhere in the tri-state area. It feels like every time something crazy like this happens, we always get caught up over here. I just hope I don't have to see it. I just hope it is just in a certain part in New York or a certain part in New Jersey. I do have a fear of spiders. Obviously, if they're like little itsy bitsy tiny little weenie spiders, that's fine. But once they start saying it's the size of your hand, oh, it's a problem. But moving on, so we're going to talk about Ekane and her comments that she made when she was on live. Now, I had to find the video through other people's account because I actually put not interested on Ekane's videos because I really do not want to see it. But at this particular point, I have learned so much about her against my will. Well, what happened was there's somebody who was trolling her, which I think it was a troll, whether it's true or not, if they share similar lifestyles. But the person was like, oh, you know, you're just like me, a black bald bee, blah blah blah, you know, da da da. So then Ekane got really triggered and basically said, you know, because, you know, I'm a light-skinned woman, you're a dark skin, I benefit for colorism, so how about that? And you would never reach the heights that I've reached. And basically was just trying to basically say, hey, I'm not as impressed as you, so you shouldn't be talking. That's basically was the context of her, you know, comeback to the darker skinned woman. And a lot of people saw that and was like, what do you mean? Because you're light skinned, you benefit. Like, what do you mean by that? Like, what are you trying to say? Like, it was just so ignorant. So a lot of people was cutting her up, and then she tried to have this boo behind apology, talking about, you know, if I'm wrong, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, girl, you meant what you said. You said that with all diaphragm intact. You meant that. Stand on business. Like, I'd rather people just stand on business. Like, if you want to be a colorist, be a colorist. We just won't rock with you over there. You're just gonna be over there. But she said that ignorant comment, and honestly, I'm sorry, but nothing can trigger you that bad to want to say something as foul as that. That's like, you know, if we, for example, we want to talk about racism. And also, when I do talk about racism, I do understand that it's not just between a white and a black person. Racism is racism. I'm not gonna go through the definition, but we know what it is. But I'm gonna use this as an example. But let's say a white person and a black person is arguing, and then the white person gets triggered by something the black person has said, and the next you know, that white person's calling them the N-word and blah, blah, blah. You get what I'm saying? It's the same concept. Nothing can make you that mad to want to say that. I'm sorry. It just don't. I just don't understand that. And it kind of reminds me of that girl that was on BGC. I think her name was Gretchen. And she says when she gets angry, she starts saying the N-word. And I was like, I don't understand the correlation. If you're mad, you're mad. Why do you feel like the need to say something as racist as that? So going back to Ekane, it's just, what are you doing? That's not a comeback. You could have just called her ugly and moved on. You could have blocked her or whatever. And at the end of the day, I'm sorry, Ekane's content is full of negativity. She glorifies the unfortunate situations that she's put in. You know, she's within a DV situation with her baby father. They both be fighting each other. They both take the kids from each other. She sometimes be outside crying because she got knocked up in the head or whatever. Like, she just posts a lot of that stuff. So she's not famous because she's pretty and she's light skinned. I hope she has to understand it. You're not famous because people saw you like, oh, you look beautiful, let's watch your content. No, you're famous because you embarrass yourself online time and time again. At this point, every single day, because her videos has been freaking blowing up every day. You literally post yourself embarrassing yourself, embarrassing others. You're getting embarrassed by your baby father and whoever else. Like, your life is in shambles. Who obviously needs help, who clearly has some mental health issues. You're not going to get no brand deals reaching out to you. They're not going to want you to represent them until you get your life in order. And I will hope for her to get her life in order. Other than that, she's not doing anything spectacular, and it's definitely not because you are of a lighter skin complexion and you're deemed attractive by the masses. That's not it at all. Like, the girl barely got eyelashes and barely got hair to save her life. So that's that. And now, speaking of people just saying things out of pocket, this woman who came on TikTok, literally, I think it was last week, who said the N-word because she was talking about something and she was like, you know, broken, And I'm just like, what are we doing? And I will not show a picture of her, and I will not play the clip because she does not deserve any more attention at all. But when she went viral for that, you know, she went viral, everybody was coming for her, and next thing you know, she lost her job. My only thing is, why do people feel so comfortable to want to say out of pocket stuff online, especially when they show their face? Like, my thing about that is, like, once you go viral, everybody's gonna know who you are. At this point, the whole world is gonna know who you are, especially if you reach certain heights. Why would you want to be known for that? And then these be the same people that want to boo-hoo a victim when they get called out to be a racist, and they be like, oh my gosh, like, I didn't mean it that way. That's not what that was. That wasn't my intentions, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, then what was it? Because it sure as heck did not seem like that when you did the video. And other than the racist people, just people in general, like, people have to be mindful, like, you're putting yourself out there online every single day, you know, or even you don't put on every single day, like, you're still putting yourself out there. So you gotta be mindful on what you're talking about, your target audience, and how you say it. Like, obviously, you know, this should be a space where people should be able to just feel comfortable being themselves and be creative, whatever. Definitely there are spaces for that, but at the same time, you just want to be careful, because you could say one thing, do one thing, and it gets blown up. Everybody's getting a think piece about it. Now it's affecting your real life, because again, the job is one aspect, but then you could have people coming up to you because they might not like what you said. That's a reality for some people, and you have to be very, very careful. So definitely, I'm glad she lost her job, and they said, we don't want no parts with that. But who knows, she might get another job because she's a white woman. They probably want to forgive her. You know, she might meet people who's gonna be very forgiving of her. It's like, you know, people make mistakes. Anywho, so she might find a job, whatever. But people have to understand, if you put yourself out there by doing something very stupid or saying stupid things, blah, 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 it can affect your real life, and reality is going to set in. It's one thing to be on social media and do that, and it's another thing to actually deal with the consequences in person. So just be mindful. And last but not least, Miss Rihanna came out with her Fenty hairline, and am I going to buy it? Probably not, because I didn't even buy Sacred. So my friend bought Sacred. She said it's pretty good. I'm like, all right, cool. It is nothing against either brands, but you know, it is what it is. But anyway, but Rihanna came out with her hair care line, and it was so funny because when she first launched it, she actually had like a little pixie cut wig on, little blonde little pixie cut. It was cute though, but it's like, girl, if you know, selling shampoo and other hair products, why are you wearing a wig? But then people have theorized that maybe her team told her to do that to make people like look at it and be like, girl, how you trying to do that? And then next thing you know, she pops out with her natural hair, which was like, oh, okay, like we see the marketing strategy. But people were more, I guess you could say, receptive to Rihanna's hair care line because they see Rihanna with her natural hair. But I'm gonna point something out. People were able to believe that was Rihanna's natural hair because she had 2 scoops of hair. So the people felt like, okay, we're gonna buy into her brand, her hair is natural, this and that. And people was obviously comparing it to Beyonce's hair care line and basically saying like, Beyonce needs to take notes because this is how you launch it. I'm just like, they launched it the same way by promoting their hair. Why wouldn't they promote their hair? But people obviously bring up the same points. It's like, oh, but Beyonce's hair is long, she has to be mixed with something and blah blah blah. And I'm like, what are you guys talking about? Beyonce is black, Rihanna is black, definitely mixed up with a lot of things. You know, her eyes are like, I think it's green or something like that, or like a brown green, whatever. But both black women, nonetheless. What are you talking about? And I just never understood that argument, because it's long and you gotta be mixed. No, your hair is long because you took care of it. That's it. You don't have to be mixed, because when people say, oh, mix, like, what are you saying? Because there's no such thing as mixed hair. There's no such thing. It's either your hair is long, it could be long and coarse, it could be long and loose, it could be long and wavy, it could be short and curly. It could be a 3A, 2A, whatever. It could be really short. It could be a multitude of things. It doesn't matter. Your hair type is your hair type based off of your genetics. I think when people believe Rihanna's real hair, it's still a form of anti-blackness. But hear me out. Hear me out. The reason why I say that, because people already think that black women can't grow their hair long. When they do see a black woman with short hair, they're going to automatically believe that is her hair anyway, because subconsciously they already think that we can't grow our hair past our shoulders. So when people saw Rihanna wear her hair, they was like, oh my God, that is her hair, it's natural, this and that. But I'm just like, would y'all still say the same thing if her hair was just as long as Beyonce's? And Rihanna is known to have a multitude of hairstyles. She pushes the bar on it. Rihanna loves wigs and she loves color, and she's been like that throughout her entire career. You guys are only saying that this is her real hair because it's short. That's why you're saying it's her hair. That's why you guys believe it. Y'all don't believe it because it looks real. You guys believe it because it's literally short. Whereas Beyonce's is long, longer than the average person, and y'all don't believe that because y'all believe deep down that your hair cannot grow past your earlobes. That's all I wanted to talk about. You know, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll be back again with another one.